Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. Today you join me at first light and we're in search of pike. So the start of 2020 and a start of a new adventure, certainly on the piking. We're going to be visiting venues I've never even seen before, let alone wet a line on. So I'm really excited to get going. I'm always excited to go fishing, no doubt about it, but sometimes you've got an idea about what's going to be on the end of the line. On these venues it could be anything. I've got no idea of the stocks. All I know is there's pike in the lake and fingers crossed we can come across one. So as you can see on screen now, conditions are perfect. It's overcast, grey, bit of drizzle in the air, and there's just a slight chop on the water. I've got the rods in straight away at first light. On the left hand rod I've got a smelt, and on the right hand rod I've got a sardine. I'm going to try and fish the float rod as much as I can. Like I said on a previous video, it's an excellent tool for learning a venue, for finding them contours, getting an idea of the depths, any drop-offs, anything like that. So on these early sessions I'm going to be doing a lot of casting, just try and work out the area, you know, where you want to present a bait, any of them differences in depths where it might only be 2 foot, but an excellent area for a pike to ambush its prey. I'm really excited to get going, and I've just seen a fish top about 10 yards from where my right hand pike rod is. So yeah, fingers crossed it's a pike chasing it and we can pick one up. Let's get straight to it. So the two baits for today that I'm starting off with, a smelt and a sardine. That's going on the ledger rod because obviously it'll cast a lot better than the sardine. But they're the two baits that I'll be putting out to start off with. So one thing I haven't brought with me today is a huge selection of baits. Been very particular about what I've brought. Change baits that I've brought today are mackerel. Again, like I said, it offers you that bigger bait and smell. The water here is quite clear, so it does offer you that bit of smell in the water, and again a slightly larger bait. And also I've got lamprey. An excellent bait, not cheap, but what I've got that for is really its casting qualities. It's quite a big lake, and if I want to really punch out a bait, the thick skin on that will keep it on the hook. The last thing you kind of want in pike fishing is baits flying off all over the place. The more baits that are in the water, the less chance they're going to pick up your one. So they're the two change baits that I've brought with me today. With these you can also obviously cut the heads off or fish them whole, but sardine, smelt, lamprey and mackerel are 4 baits that I wouldn't be without. And sometimes you can overcomplicate it. When you do come to a venue for the first time, you know, peg choice can be one of the most important things really. Especially when it comes to pike in winter, being on the fish is important, and picking the peg where you can see quite a lot of the lake is a good choice. I mean, today I'm looking out for silvers topping really. Wherever them silvers will be topping, you would imagine the pike won't be too far behind. I've already seen 1 or 2 fish top around about this area. I'm just going to stand here now with a cup of tea and just assess the water and keep an eye on it. It'd be so good to get a pike today, it really would, but you've got to see new adventures as a bit of a longer haul than that. You know, it's all about building a picture and the bigger picture. I imagine on some of these vlogs going forward, you know, there's going to be a few vlogs mixed together, you know, to build that picture of what it's like to learn the venues, as well as I know some of the other pike venues that you've seen on the vlog. You know, when you get to learn them and work out the venues, you can just add them to your armoury of places to go. And this adventure is going to be all about just working out this water. So the good thing is it didn't feel any hooks or anything like that, but I think the reason it dropped the bait was the loop in the line caused by the wind getting up, and when it's moved off it's felt the resistance of the line on the water. The bait's back out and fingers crossed it comes back. So after a drop run earlier, we're into the first pike, plenty of head shaking. Hopefully we can get it in. And there we go, the first pike of this campaign, just over £10 at £10, 2 ounces, and look at the lovely colours on that, absolutely beautiful. It's got almost a yellow hue to it, and a beautiful pike. And isn't it amazing the different colours with pike? It's got a jet black back on it, matching the water, and then yellow, almost golden flanks. It's a lovely pike. Giving it a good rest in the edge, and then we'll let it go. And although that pike left me with a few memories of the session, she left me with a bit of a parting gift. And I imagine that's going to be bleeding for the next probably half an hour. It is part and parcel of piking. When the pike turns, sometimes when you're trying to unhook them, it happens. But yeah, that's me for the next half an hour trying to stop that bleeding. So 15 minutes later, managed to stem the bleeding, and it's time for that celebratory hot chocolate, and it's going to taste sweet. When you approach a new venue, today I didn't have expectations. You just hope that you learn a bit of the jigsaw to get a pike more than made up. Got about an hour of the session left, so fingers crossed, who knows, we might get another one. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this hot chocolate. Proper made up. And some of you may be wondering why there's no wrapping on one of the rods. That left hand rod has not been christened yet. Hopefully in one of these future vlogs we'll have the great unwrapping of the left hand rod. But for now, that's why the wrapping's still left on it, so I know. Despite giving it until last light on that session, nothing else materialised. I was treated to a beautiful sunset, as you've just seen, and I learned a hell of a lot on that first session about the depths of the lake using the float rod, the lead, give me an idea of how deep it is further out, and just stood watching the water where the predators were feeding, the grebes, the cormorants. It gave me a good insight into the venue. To pick up a pike just was a bonus. On them early sessions, you're just hoping to work a little bit of the jigsaw out. I was proper made up with that pike. What a beautiful pike it was. Jet black on its back and that yellow side and white underbelly. A really nice pike, and bodes well for any more that we get in there. If you got an upper double of that size, if they're in there, it would be a beautiful fish if it looked like that pike did. So thoroughly enjoying the piking at the moment. As I say, moving from the canal onto new adventures, I feel like a breath of wind's come through me piking, and I'm excited and eager to go in the morning to the adventures to come. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm loving the adventure. Tight lines in your own fishing. It'd be great if you could like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.